I'm so ready. I'm so ready. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. I was doing a little dance. Just dancing around. What was I doing? Oh, right. Primus. Ha ha! Oh,
Yes.
hello there.
I'm not even done
Hola.
explaining. Oh, no.
Well, go ahead. Take your time.
So then multi-focus, remind me what this one is.
That's the choice that we always make at every initiative for the 4 ability arrays within that initiative.
So when we say every initiative, like an initiative, like the Orb of Sanction starts, and then we
And then-
pick what it does something
Yes,
from?
and then we choose Abjuration, Illichanter, that stuff.
Oh.
And that's something we
Okay.
do every initiative.
Angel unique trait called Focus. Okay, I've capitalized the F on Focus. Allows enemies to pick from array abilities they gain access to. Probably they gain knowledge too. Primus is fully okay.
One of the things that we are thinking about using in a martial check for is whether the pieces, if they are destroyed, is common throughout all the... is destroyed for all the other parties as well. Because the other party, just so you know, beat the shit out of the Claw of Agony. It has a pool of 200 HP, and they brought it down to 50. And if that's disabled, and that's like every party consistent, then then we don't need to focus on the Claw of Agony because it will be disabled in their fight.
Oh, say that again.
Is this confirmed or speculation?
No, this is speculation. This is something important.
Oh.
It's a very, very important question. Is whether or not the pieces destroyed on Primus is also destroyed on every other fight.
What has been confirmed is that the core is the shared hit point pool between all fights against Primus.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wrote that down. I wrote it down in the core.
Thank you.
Shared hit point pool, but doesn't necessarily mean that if we kill another part than the core, that it will
That's
be
what he
disabled.
wants to martial check.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Smart.
Yes. And then, of course, there are all the other martial checked abilities that I've tried my best to clarify because their notes were very, very not detailed.
You can't say that.
I'm being very kind because we are on
What
stream.
a bunch of trash cans.
Damn, okay.
Imagine not having Lolly on your in your party.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for saying the loud part out loud. Quiet part out loud.
What do we have that's net new from Veil of Kings?
Okay. Nooya, are you the guy in the game lobby that's getting carried by the person on your team and you talk shit to the other team because you're winning?
Yes, I am.
My God.
What a bench warmer mentality.
What an also ran.
Oh, man. I know my role. Okay.
Oh, Nooya, you're great. Thank you for bringing all this data in.
Well, you're biased.
Of course I'm biased.
I just
Nooya's
called you
my
a great
buddy.
person.
Yeah, flattery goes straight to my head.
Right to her head. I mean, into her brain.
You don't know that after a year of playing with me?
Direct input into Cerebellum.
I mean, you did think I was a sorcerer, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, that's why you hate me, because I...
True.
You missed... Did you just misclass her?
True.
Yeah. Did you just assumed her class?
You haven't been paying attention to me?
Unheard of.
Sorry. Are we having another conversation about me?
Me.
Okay.
Okay. What's that new to you?
So, one of the interesting new things is within Wing of Storms, the Sunlight and the Starlight passives have been revealed.
Okay.
And they seem to have a thing in common in which it's a different sized donut area of effect. The Sunlight is mid-sized, which means beyond 10 feet and within 20 feet is the area all the way around Primus that is dangerous if you're standing within it at the start of his turn. And we don't. And then Wing of Storms gets a stack of flux, whatever that does, if we're standing in it, and we don't want to know. We don't want to find out what that is. So, or we do, but we don't want to mess around.
Flux storms?
Flux per enemy.
I need some help. All enemies within 20 feet but beyond 10 feet. What does that mean?
So that means if you look at it as a ring, like a donut of energy, that means the inner part of the donut hole, is unaffected. Anything outside of the donut is unaffected, only within that 10-foot donut ring.
So if Primus is at the center, and it extends out by 20 feet?
So it affects anything within 20 feet and beyond 10 feet. So that means if you are 5 feet, which is adjacent to him, you're fine. If you're within 10 feet, you're fine. If you're at 15, you're in trouble. If you're within 20, you're in trouble. If you're at 25, you're fine. See what I mean?
I still don't get it. No, the 15 threw me off.
All right,
The
can
15
you see everything over here? I can demonstrate.
Oh, yeah. Let me put this over
If you look
on
at
another
Found,
monitor. Okay, I'm looking.
Okay, let me zoom it in. I got you. So, all right,
Mhm.
I'm gonna draw the template for you.
Yes, please.
Let's see here. Where's the best template I can use? So, let's say you were at the center, right? Oh, hold on. Let me delete this one and this one. Okay, so this is the 20 feet, right? Within 20 feet, and then you.
So if someone's standing in
Hold
here.
on, I'm not done
that
yet.
day.
Not done. Not done yet.
Okay.
And then so if you're within the light brown, you're in trouble. You're within the dark brown, you're fine, and if you're outside of it completely, you're fine. Do you see how it's a donut?
And will these templates always be down when the effect is going off?
No. Because there's going to be a
Okay.
shit ton of them.
So we're gonna bring it back. So 10 feet that way, but we can do 5 feet that way. Okay. Okay, so the 5 feet within. What about here on these edges?
You're
these
safe.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the 5 feet adjacent, and then compass points 10 feet. Okay.
So 20.
guys-
So in the case of this ability, 15 feet and 20 feet away are the two bad numbers.
I'm putting this here. This is going to be very difficult for me, and I'm not quite sure why. So I'm going to need some help here, guys, to keep track of this type of distance.
That is the sunlight range for that ability array. There's a
Yeah,
separate
I'm looking at
donut we need to worry about.
I'm looking at the passive. At start of turn, all enemies in that donut are going to take the 1d6 force damage. If Primus cannot see them, we're unaffected. But then Wing of Storms gets the 1 point of flux. Okay. Let me tab that down to a separate line. And let me actually let me put a screenshot in these notes of what this donut looks like. Okay. If Primus can't see them.
Oh, you're taking screenshots.
Yes. Yes.
We're having a picture book in the notes.
I have a scrapbook.
Scrapbook, sorry.
I just laid off a technical writer. Sad.
Yeah, and there's an open spot for me, so I'm trying to suck up to it.
My God.
The Wing of Storms gains 1 point of flux per enemy affected. Okay. Okay. One down. Take me to the next one.
Starlight.
Okay.
Same thing, but 40 feet at max, and then 30 feet in minimum.
So just a bigger circle.
A wider circle.
A wider circle. Oh,
This would affect more of the back line. Same donut, but more wider
Can you draw me a picture, Arcadum?
Oh my god.
I can't get this in. Is this in your head? I cannot get this in my
Yes.
head.
I have it in my head perfectly. so-
If you guys are good, then just tell me where to stand. That's where this is. If you guys are good, then
You
I
guys
don't need
should-
pictures.
I honestly want to go and see it as well. So then, like, we have like the demonstration.
Yeah, we're
Which
going
one?
all in for the
Which
scrapbook
one?
now.
Which one?
Starlight,
That's-
please.
Starlight pattern.
Okay. So this one is. Let's see, Starlight, then 40
Is
beyond
Thickums.
All right. So
Yep.
I'll draw it for you. So Starlight looks like this.
Oh lord.
Can we start like posing for photos when we do huge milestones and stuff, and like put it in
So-
our picture book?
You see my arrow?
Uh-huh.
This area is safe.
Okay.
This area is not. This area is safe.
Okay. So 30 feet.
So safe,
Okay,
not safe,
okay.
safe.
Okay. I got my picture. Thank you.
So if you're where the donut portion of it is,
Donut
that's
bad.
dangerous. But the part you eat bad, the part that has nothing good.
Yes.
Opposite of
Ugh.
eating. Got it.
Avoid the calories.
Avoid eating donuts. It's gonna be hard for me. I don't I don't know if I could do it.
Donut is such a good allegory.
We're
It's,
going about
it's like a
carbs.
bagel, Molly.
I do love bagels.
Oh well, then I'll never eat that. Okay.
Why didn't
Whoa,
you say that in
whoa,
the first
what?
place?
You should have just said bagel.
What
You should
the
have just
hell?
said bagel.
No,
Now I see it. I see
the
it
piece
now.
that hurts my brain is just trying to remember this. Like, if these aren't going to be on the map, I'm going to have to remember exactly where this is at all times, and that's going to be so hard for me.
We'll try our best to work
I mean, I
through
can
it
draw
together.
them, but they're going to get confusing once more than one of them hits.
Does the radius extend from the core of Primus?
Oh, no, the radius extends from him,
So, like that.
which is the
Outside
core.
of him.
Yes, it's the core.
Okay.
Even though he has a weird token, he only takes up one space.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
You can probably try drawing them until it gets to the point where it gets crazy, so we kind of get the feeling of
I
it.
mean, it's fine. It's whatever you guys want.
It would make it so much better for me if I saw on the ground where I shouldn't stand.
I wish I could see. Map tools had this thing where you could delete templates, and they would like linger afterwards, and that's how I drew rings back then, which made it way easier. But I don't think Foundry is going to let me do that, so I shall do what I can.
Thank
Where's
you.
the Wally like Wing of Storm sign? It's like a little wet floor sign that you just stick out in front of him, so you know where to stand. It's like stand
Don't
here for
stand here.
DMVQ.
It's like MMOs where they give you the red circles. Okay, what other new abilities?
All right. From that, we can infer that Twilight and Mad Light are respectively the donut sizes in between.
Ah.
But we'll not hold our breath for that. The other thing we need
Okay.
to discuss is sight within and sight without.
Mm-hmm.
We know the passive of both, and they are of course opposites of each other. Sight within means that we now realize that Primus chooses who he sees and cannot see, essentially, but we technically choose it. When sight within is activated, then he basically looks up, and creatures outside.
Do you want me
No,
to
sorry.
explain it? You want me to explain
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Go
Okay,
ahead.
I got it. Okay. All right, so sight within. All right, sight within dictates the following. If you select this ability set, it's passive. You have the passive, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay,
We have their.
So the passive of sight within is creatures within 10 feet cannot be seen by Primus. Creatures Primus cannot see cannot affect him. So that means if you're within 10 feet of Primus and you're like a melee character and you're attacking me and Primus can't see you, you cannot affect him. Your attacks will do nothing. Your magic has no effect. But only if you are within 10 feet of him. Sight without is the opposite. Creatures beyond the 10 feet cannot be seen by Primus. Creatures Primus cannot see cannot affect him.
Okay.
think they wrote outside for both, and that's very confusing. Alright, so we got the difference down.
The sight within is creatures within 10 feet cannot be seen by Primus.
Yep.
Correct?
And sight without is creatures beyond 10 feet cannot be seen by Primus.
Can I get a clarification on effect? For sake of example, if you were using the help action for
damage, targeting, spell casting, area of effect, anything.
So does the help action apply in that or no?
Only if it applies to him. If you're applying it to an ally to attack somebody, that's fine.
Okay.
But against an attack from him, no.
We also know the inherent passive of the eye.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Wait. I'm scrolling up.
And these are written by Arcadum.
I'll read them out for everybody, though. So the inherent passive of the Eye of All, which means it's the passive that's always active, is creatures that are readying an action can always be seen by Primus. Any creature that starts its turn unseen by Primus and becomes visible to Primus before the start of its next turn, Claw of Chaos activates an additional passive on its next activation.
So the cost for readying an action on the turn that we ready the action that we're unseen?
So I'll explain it to you this way. If you were unseen by Primus, let's say that Scythe Without is on, and Sera cannot be seen by Primus, so she cannot blast him, she decides to ready an action so that she can blast him because she becomes seen. Because she started her turn unseen by Primus and then became seen by him in the middle of her turn means that this passive would trigger and Claw of Chaos would activate an additional time. This is also true if, let's say, Albert is within 10 feet of Primus while the other one is active, Sight Within, and decides to move out of that area. So he would start his turn unseen and then become seen. So at any point in which that becomes true in that parameter, Claw of Chaos gets an additional passive.
It becomes visible to Primus for the start of its next turn. Is
For
that the start of Primus's next
No,
turn?
it's as in the creature that is being referenced.
Before the start of Primus's next turn. Okay. And is the next
No.
turn...
You got that wrong. Any creature that starts its turn unseen by Primus and becomes visible to Primus before the start of its next turn. That is the creature in question.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I didn't want you to confuse yourself there.
Before the start of output of the creatures.
Yep.
So, what does it mean that it gets one more passive of Chaos
So-
Claw, like one more attack?
What that means is that normally at the start of each of these initiative pieces, in this case Claw of Chaos, you would choose one of my ability sets that become active out of the 4. If I get an additional activation, that means each of those selections, you now have to pick 2 or 3 or 4. I get an additional ability set active, which means I get access to its passive and to its abilities.
This is speculation, Lolly, but I think with every passive of the Claw that's activated, he gets an extra attack, which is a different effect based on the ability set. So we want to avoid giving him extra attacks.
Wait, hang on. Claw of Chaos, Claw of Chaos. I have Chaos Claw. Is that the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I meant Claw of Agony.
Claw of
wait.
Agony is the name of the initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Chaos Claw is one of its ability sets.
So does it trigger the Chaos Claw passive?
I mean, if you choose that ability set, yeah.
Okay, so this should be at the start of the creature's next turn, Claw of Agony activates an additional passive on its next activation. Okay, so it's not just Claw. Okay,
Yeah.
so then we would come up to Claw of Agony, and then we've got 3 different...
4.
Oh, why don't I... Did we not get Sundering Fist before?
No, we did not.
Hmm.
If we did, it was never in the notes to begin with.
Is this a hidden ability?
No,
No, this is the 4th one.
it's probably just
Yeah.
missed.
Yeah, I don't have anything
It-
for it. Okay.
Yeah, we haven't identified it yet.
I've added in passive and active question
Yeah.
marks.
All right, let's see.
Cool. I do not have it in my head how all this is linked together yet. What's next?
So Got that. We got that. The claw has 200 HP, and the other party took it down to 50, but it's not going to be shared with us, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah. Illichanter got identified. It's passive, but
Oh,
it's
that's well.
poorly worded in the notes, so I apologize.
On its turn, ellipse.
Yeah, that's
Man.
Arcadum, is it okay if I read this to you and then you tell us what it's supposed to be?
What ability is it?
Illichanter passive.
I'll read it, and then you
Okay.
can make corrections.
Okay.
Illichanter passive. At the start of each of Primus's turns, he gains a scaling +1 to his DCs for abilities. In addition, any enemy that misses an attack against Primus must also attack an ally in range. If they cannot, they take 2d6 physical damage. And I'll copy paste that for you in your notes so you don't have to worry about it.
Oh my god, this is so wrong. It says psychic damage.
it said psychic damage. Oh wait, I think he did say psychic.
It is psychic damage.
Yeah.
Oh, alright. I
And
take
to
that
be
back.
clear, where it says at the start of each of Primus's turn, that is in reference to that initiative. So not each initiative, only that one, which is Orb of Sanctions. I'll correct
There you
that
go.
now so that it's not confusing.
And so does that go away when you choose a different passive?
Correct.
Hey, that piece again, maybe I'll write that down. Ends when a different passive is selected.
Yeah, the +1 to his DCs, I assume that goes away when you choose a different passive.
That is the presumption at this time, yes.
Alright, and we also know a bonus action of Illichanter. It's as basic as it says right there. The first attack automatically misses that he gets to choose, and then it lasts for 1 round, but
What's
You
the
can also
name of
choose
this
not to
ability,
attack.
Arcadum?
I don't know.
I
just
got
have
you.
Parentheses and
I
question
got you.
marks.
I got you.
It's a struggle.
Look in notes. Bonus action, Word of Hallucination. Select an enemy that they automatically miss their next attack. This effect lasts for 1 round.
Thank you.
Oh shit. So this guy basically tells us when and when not to attack, and it's kind of annoying.
What a jerk, you know, I mean, come
What a
on.
bitch ass.
I'm also starting to suspect that each of the pieces have different ACs and HPs. But don't hold me on that. Oh, also, the claw was doing, had a +14 to hit at some point.
What the?
The damage was, I think it was D10 plus 8 damage.
Each attack?
Each attack, yes.
Like at one point buffed or from the start?
From the start, I believe.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's the problem when we don't go after chambers.
Any other new abilities?
Core shared damage. Yep. I think everything beyond that is just speculation. Oh, also the sight without thing is confusing because they put like the same 2 different abilities in the same ability, and so I need to fix this. Sight without active abilities. Within only lies, and without the truth hides. One of those is identified, the other is not. Is that correct?
Do they have a
Why don't you
definition
just-
written down? Like,
Yeah, why don't you?
Yeah, sorry, I should say the
the.
definition. All creatures Primus cannot see take necrotic damage equal to the distance from closest ally.
I'll put it in notes what we have here, Arcadum, so you can see.
It's awful.
that's Lonely Pressure. Is the name of that ability.
What's
Well,
within only lies?
Pressure.
Yep.
Okay.
Lonely Pressure was the one that I identified.
So that's
Where-
not even on the eye.
So one of those ability names is a lie.
What? Within only lies is a lie.
It's a lie.
Within Only Lies is found under the Sight Within ability set.
Oh shit.
Well, okay. That makes more sense then. And then Lonely Pressure is one of the sight without actives.
So is that's an active ability? Yes.
All creatures Primus cannot see take necrotic damage equal to distance from ally. That is Lonely Pressure.
That's actually incorrect
Okay.
because you're missing a piece, a very important piece. This is the exact definition of Lonely Pressure. All creatures Primus cannot see take necrotic damage equal to the distance between them and the ally that is closest to them.
Yes, we have that.